That's unprofessional, Hunter. Just raise your hand or look at the board. Yeah, you may. It's done. I'll lock you. Period. One. Thanks for already marking up number one. If you were finished with the hand. It's just a little funky looking. You're fine. Check your swag, please. Sit up straight. Row two. Make sure you're ready to learn. And read number one for me, Ty. What are we doing with Miss Varner? Miss Varner has?
Miss Varner has 2
and 3/5
gallons of milk. She uses 1/5 gallon. How much milk does Miss Varner have left?
The keyword I found was have left. What's another keyword that I could use to find add or subtract for this one? One more mixed in there. Sabrina? How annoying. Yeah, we used it. So we're going to box use. That means subtract. We're going to set it up. If that keeps happening, I have a plan B that I can probably do. We'll give it like 2 more minutes. We're going to subtract 2 3/5 minus 1 1/5. When I subtract mixed numbers, you have likely been taught a type of way of doing this and some steps in your 5th grade classes. I'm going to teach us an efficient way that I think helps avoid blunders. You're going to do it with me today and tomorrow on Classwork. On Thursday, if you don't like this method, I'm going to show you another way that you might want to go with. I think this is the quickest way. And how we do this is I'm going to set up the fraction with the whole numbers above each other and the fractions above each other. And I'm going to think of this kind of like a fight. You guys know that good guys and bad guys are fighting here from the Unit 1. But when we look at this problem now, pretend like you're in a village. The village is blue, now it is white. Now it's white. And I'm going to first start by subtracting my fractions. So pretend like these are kind of like the kids of your village. And the kids are running around and they decide to battle. 3/5 is going to subtract from 1/5 right now. And that leaves you with 2/5.
Those kids must be very violent.
They are a little bit, but it's all fun and games. 2 minus 1. Check your voice. If you're calling out, raise your hand if you have a comment. 2 minus 1 is 1. And you just found your answer using the stacking method. And we're going to label it with gallons of milk.
I thought it was kids.
It is not. Gallons of kids. Just kidding. Gallons of milk. Weird. I don't want to think about that. No. Yes, Rafe.
So I converted the mixed numbers into the improper fractions, and I got a different answer.
You made a blunder, and there is a reason why. Using that method that you've been taught in 5th grade is the most common method. It just takes triple the time, and it's good in some cases, not in this case that we're using today. Let me show you again what it would look like if you did improper. Okay. It would be that, which is 7/5. Okay, which is 1 2/5. 7/5 is 1 2/5. So this method is what you were taught in 5th grade. It is massively more steps. It just has a lot more chance for blunders. I'm going to go with stacking for today's lesson. Okay? I think it's a lot simpler. But improper, the flip is what your teachers taught you probably in the past. Yep. Example 2, read it for me, Ace. Jeremy has.
Jeremy has 1 2/3 pizza. Conti has 2 2/3 pizza. How much pizza do Jeremy and Cody have together?
I think his name's Cody, but you can say however you want to.
My answer.
We'll say Cody. It's just spelt kind of weird. What's a keyword that I can box that tells me add or subtract? Reagan. Great. And we're going to do what? Add or subtract? Reagan? You're going to add it. So let's go ahead and stack 1 2/3 plus 2 2/3. In this case, the good guys are not fighting. They're going to band together. And in the village of fractions, something really cool happens. When you band 2/3 plus 2/3, let's jot down that problem over here. What actually happens when you have 2/3 plus 2/3? What do you create? What's your answer going to be, Baylor?
4 or 6.
Close. 3 over 3
4
doesn't change. Good. The denominator stays the same. And when you have a 4 over 3, you can simplify that one more step. How can I simplify 4/3 into an improper or a mixed number? Right now it's improper. Reagan?
So you see how many times 3 goes in 4, and that's 1 time, and then there's 1 left over, so it's 1 and
4/3 equals 1 1/3. You can snap if you have something to say, but don't say words because that distracts our team. 1 1/3 is now going to be your number that you use here. But watch what I do. The 1/3 gets left in the kid portion of the village. 1/3 is right here. The 1 travels over and he's grown up. He now gets to join the adults column right here. The 1 went over to the adults, and you now have 1 plus 1 plus 2. What's your total number of adults in the village now, Kiana? You have 4. The answer is 4 1/3 pizzas altogether. Jonah.
So what I did is I just I plus 1 and 2, and I got 3, and I did the kids first.
Okay.
And then I did it like it was. I went 3 into 4, and I did 1, and then I just added that 1 to 3.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that works. Uh-huh. That will work. If you're stuck in the improper fraction land and you did this, 13 over 3 is the same thing as 4 1/3. So you likely were taught this in 5th grade. We just stacked it and made it a little bit simpler. Oh, last problem. Read it for me, please. Hayden. Shane ran.
Shane ran 10 miles. Dean ran
Danae, I think? Danae ran.
Danae ran 7 3/10
Good.
How much further did Shane run than
All right, so let's circle numbers and box a keyword. What keyword do you see in this one, Cooper?
Harder.
Good. And I'm thinking in my head, does that mean add or subtract, Cooper? What do you think?
Subtract.
Okay. Anyone have something different? What do you think, Baylor?
Adding.
Okay, let's vote. This one's tricky. If you think it's subtract, give me a 1. If you think it's add, give me a 2. Whole class need to see a number. Show me what you think. Is it subtract 1 or add 2? Subtract 1 or add 2. Don't just change your answer to your partner as it. Hands down. Hunter, why are you saying subtraction is the way to go?
Because like further, so you want to figure out how much more. So if you subtract it, you get how much more.
If you see further than, if I went 5 miles in my jogathon run, but Mr. Dudek went 3, how much further did I go? I went 2 miles. I didn't go 8 miles. It's not 5 plus 3. This is a keyword that almost makes me think addition. Easy to get mixed up on. It is subtraction. And you're going to subtract the bigger one from the smaller one. Let's stack it. 10 and 7 over 10 minus 7 and 3 over 10. And let's start with the village. They're going to fight. What's our fraction that's left over for this one, Josh? 7 tenths minus 3 tenths.
4
Good. And move over to the adult portion of the village. What's 10 minus 7, Georgia?
3.
Good. 3 4/10 miles more. Can I simplify that at all?
Yes.
How can I simplify it, Jonah?
Divided by 2.
Yeah, 4/10 divided by 2 is what, Jonah?
2/5.
Good. Your simplest version is 3 2/5 miles.
Did you write that?
Try number 1, 2, and 3 in the next 5 minutes with your partner. Go. Do you want to work with someone? Do you want to work with Ty? Row 4 is at 100%. Pencils on paper. Thanks for starting our team off strong. Row 1's right there as well. Nice.
Write down the numbers.